So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the injury protection that Uber provides to drivers. And in California, they provide it automatically, and what it means and how you use it, and some of the pros and cons. So the idea with this injury protection is that it's a sort of like a workers' comp compromise, because there was a fight in California whether these drivers should be independent contractors or employees. And part of what Uber did is they offered the drivers this injury protection. And so the idea is that they would, if the Uber drivers in an accident or injured, they would automatically cover medical expenses up to $1 million with no deductible or copay. They'd provide some disability payments, accidental death, survivorship benefits, and accidental dismemberment. So that seems like okay, seems like a good idea, but there are some downsides. So this does not include pain and suffering, and typically what I've seen with these types of the way this insurance works is you've got to incur the medical expenses and then you get reimbursed. And they could come back and say, oh, the medical expenses are too high. They could still negotiate with you. So it's not like they're automatically just going to be shelling out money for your injuries. So oftentimes that's why a Uber driver would hire a lawyer, because the lawyer may have access to medical providers who will provide treatment on what's called a lien. So they won't bill the driver right away. They'll bill the driver at the end of the case. And that way the driver can get medical treatment, the lawyer gets the bills, and then they can submit it to the injury protection in order to get reimbursed. So that's a typical way. Otherwise, the reality is that a lot of times the drivers, their insurance, it may be difficult to use. It could be difficult to get a medical appointment. If you go to an ER, the main thing they're checking is if you're dying or need emergency treatment. But if you don't need emergency treatment, if you just need physical therapy, or maybe you need to see a specialist like an orthopedic doctor, it can be difficult to get that with a lot of insurance plans. It could be months before you see a specialist. They could come up with the insurance could come up with reasons not to approve an MRI. There's a lot of horror stories out there of difficulties with dealing with health insurance. And if you need treatment or you have chronic pain and you're going to need treatment in the future, it can be hard to incur bills, and it could affect your credit and things like that. And then submit it to the Uber insurance injury protection and wait for them to approve the bill and send you a check. So that's something to consider. Oftentimes, hopefully, the driver's not at fault and there's a third party involved, and the best recourse can often be going against the person at fault, their insurance company, and trying to recover from that insurance company. As alternatively, while you're getting treatment, you could use this to get reimbursed for some of the medical treatment that you're getting. So that's the idea with this injury protection. The key is, you want to make sure like any accident, you want to document the property damage, you want to document the injuries, you want to get medical treatment from emergency or within a very quick time frame after the accident to make sure that you're okay, and also to document your injuries. You want to make sure that you collect information from everybody involved, the other vehicles involved. Take pictures of their license plate, take pictures of their driver's license, because you're going to need all that information. And if you're not able to, make sure you have some way to get that information. So if the police were there, hopefully the police prepared a report and collected that information so that you can get it later. And of course, most attorneys like myself, I'm in California, we talk to people and provide a free consultation on car accident cases and injury cases for Uber drivers. So it doesn't really hurt to just call an attorney, get a free consultation, see what they think about the case. But that's typically how this works, and some of the pros and cons with this injury protection.